What's up, everybody? My name is Scott Waters. Welcome to No Lights Metal. It's time for a big edition of The Mail. That's right, time for The Mail. This edition of The Mail is brought to you by several people, but I do want to apologize for the lack of videos in the last few weeks. Just been super busy with work, so I haven't had a whole lot of time to shoot videos. I promise I will get back to it as soon as I possibly can. But I do have a couple I'm going to shoot for you today. This first one being The Mail. And this first one is was sent to me just out of the blue by a guy named Aaron, a friend of mine on Facebook, Aaron Velasquez. I don't believe he has a YouTube channel. If he does, I don't know about it. Now you need to tell me, Aaron. But he sent me a reggae album by Christofari. I have yet to hear this one. I will check it out. I don't know anything about reggae. I know very little about it. It's just never been my... that didn't dislike it. Just was never anything that I pursued. So he sent me a nice letter with it, and I will be checking that out shortly. So I appreciate that a lot, Aaron. Thank you very much. This next package is by my very good friend Jim Willis. Jim does do YouTube videos, and I will put a link below. He doesn't do them every week. He probably does like maybe one a month or so. Sometimes he gets into a groove and he'll do a couple in a month or 2 or 3 in a month. But yeah, he doesn't do them a lot, but he does do videos. And he's got a lot of them up from years past. Worth watching. Check out Jim Willis. And this package, I actually already opened it. I haven't looked at everything in here, but I did see some of the stuff that was in here because when the box arrived, the post office did their best to damage it. So I wanted to make sure what was inside of it wasn't too destroyed. And yeah, we're okay. So anyhow, first of all, there's some... there's a guitar pick in here, which he did tell me was some, and this is by the band Zion, and they put out a reissue of Thunder from the Mountain not too long ago on CD and vinyl, and I believe this was a pre-order thing that came, the Zion pick with that, and I didn't have that. I didn't pre-order the vinyl, so really cool to have that. I do collect guitar picks, as many of you know. I've shown them on here before. Then there's an autograph photo from the most awesome Night Demon. This is a promo card, but it's autographed, so that's very cool. I love stuff like this. I'm just a big old geek when it comes to crap like that. And then there is a 7-inch single in here for Genesis, Throwing It All Away. And I will try and get that sticker off of... looks like that's Tony's face. Why would you put a sticker right over the guy's face? Anyhow, so Genesis, Throwing It All Away, obviously on the Atlantic Records label, since that was what they were on in the U.S. Of course, I do collect 7-inch singles. As a matter of fact, I've got, when I have time, I've got a nice stack of, if I can get them up here, of 7-inch singles that I will be doing in a 7-inch single update in the near future. A little bit of rock, a bunch of metal. Yep. Alright, so what do we got here? So we got some vinyl here. First one up is old school. This is probably the early 70s. Let's see, 1972, 73. This is Phil Keaggy. This is What a Day. Now, Phil Keaggy is not metal, not hard rock. He is just a rock artist. Does a lot of acoustic stuff. Love his stuff like he has these albums called Acoustic Sketches. My all-time favorite is Master and Musician, but I am a big Phil Keaggy fan. Phil is definitely not the norm for me because it's not hard rock or metal or prog rock or any of that kind of thing. But there's just something special about his guitar playing. I love his voice too. He's kind of got a Beatlesque vibe here and there, but his guitar playing is just superb. There was once and it's totally a rumor, and I doubt it's true. But there was once a rumor going around that somebody interviewed Jimi Hendrix, and this would have been back in the late '60s when Phil was in Glass Harp, and they said to Jimi Hendrix, "How does it feel to be the greatest guitar player ever?" And Jimi answered back, "And I don't know, ask Phil Keaggy." So it's just a funny little rumor that I've heard tons of times over the decades, but I really doubt that's true. But regardless, it's pretty cool because Phil Keaggy is a phenomenal guitar player. And you think phenomenal guitar players, you tend to think, you know, Shred, Impolitary, Yngwie Malmsteen, you know, those kind of things. No, it's a different thing going on here. This guy is classically trained. He's got this awesome, he's just an awesome guitar player. He's worth checking out if you dig just straightforward rock, and especially if you like more mellow acoustic albums, because he's got some great stuff. Like I said, Master Musician, Beyond Nature is another one. If they're albums I enjoy kicking back to. So there you go. Here's the letter that came with this package, which for whatever reason was in the middle of it all, which I'll read shortly. And then I don't know this album at all. This is Silver Condor, and there's a picture of the band in the back. So I'm going to go off the photo, assuming that this is going to be some sort of hard rock, AOR, or possibly even some kind of new wave. Yeah, there's no, as Aaron, the metal theologian, would say, there's no awesome mustaches, so you can't really gauge off of that. But just going off the cover art, and let's see, this is on Columbia Records from 1980. Is that what this thing says? It's so little. Yeah, this one I don't know, so maybe some of you guys know who this one is. So this is Silver Condor, and yep, self-titled, so Silver Condor. This next one I do know, and I didn't have this one, so apparently I've opened this box up upside down. That's what I've done. So this is American Metal. I haven't heard this in a long time, but from what I remember of it, it's it is metal, but it's more based out of 70s style metal, and or early 80s style metal. It might even be from the early 80s. I don't see a year on the back of here, but Dave Spitz was in this band, and there's a picture of Dave right there. Dave Spitz went on to play with Black Sabbath for a while, and he is a relative, I believe, is the brother of Dan Spitz from Anthrax. So let's see if there's an insert in here. I don't see an insert. I'm just curious what year this came out. I just recall as having a big 70s vibe to it, but it looks like 1980. Man, I cannot see that type. 83 maybe? Yeah, 1983. Itty bitty little 4 or 5 point type, man. But yeah, I do dig this, so I'm looking forward to giving it a spin. Like I said, it's been a long time. It's been decades since I've heard this record. And I've never actually owned it. I just know it from other people that I've been friends with who've owned it. All right, now this is the one he was most excited about sending me, because he did tell me he was sending me something I would really dig, and I know this is what it is because I've since talked to him and he told me so. But this is Nectar live in Germany, 2005, Pure. So he's like, I've never seen a Nectar thing, no less a Nectar DVD, and I didn't have this. I've never seen this, so I'm really looking forward to spinning it. Just got to find some time to sit back and watch. If not, the thing about these live DVDs is many times I don't get a chance to watch them, but I'll stick them in while I'm working and listen to them, because it's all about the music anyhow. All right, so then there's this I definitely opened this box upside down. So anyhow, so then there's a stiffener in here, record stiffener. Get it? It's like a Woodstock with two naked people. It's a sorry poor taste. It's pretty funny though. And then there's some CDs, and then of course the Grail cassette tape, which I'll get to last. That I did know about this one because like I said, I opened the box earlier. But this is I haven't heard this one yet. Batlord, Music to be Buried to. I don't know this at all. So this is going to be a total new project to me. I've never heard this one. So maybe one of you guys can tell me just a little bit about it. This is Body of Scars. Looks like a independent, self-released album. Again, I don't know anything about them. I don't see any band picks, so I can't even gauge from that. Not that you can always gauge from band picks, but sometimes you can. And then finally, the holy grail of cassette collectibles. Yes, it is Captain Tennille's Songs of Joy. So there you go. You can all just take a gander at that and wish that it was in your collection. So there you have it. That's my VCLT from Jim. Now I have one more box here to show you. Now this one is going to take a few, so we're going to go quickly. This is a big box. I was not expecting a box this big. I just sent out a box to this same person. This is from I almost want to say Metal Theologian. That's not correct. It's from the Metal War God. And I actually, oddly enough, I have more stuff for him already because I couldn't fit everything I had in a box. But Metal War God and I have been friends for years. Do check out his channel. I mean, longer than I've been doing YouTube videos, or he has. And we've been friends probably for decades now. Just, I don't remember even how we met, to tell you the truth. Just a mutual like of metal, I think. I'm sure it was. But he does a radio show, and he's been doing radio shows for a long time. And he interviewed Ultimatum back in the day, and he was an Ultimatum fan, and he's still an Ultimatum fan, and kindly purchases all our stuff we put out. So, all right, I'm going to get into this quickly because there is a lot in this box. All right, so we got changing times. No clue. This is total surprise. Didn't know this was coming. Him and I usually go back and forth and say, "Hey, you have this. Hey, you have that," because both of us have very large collections. So we try not to send stuff that people already have. I didn't know that one, and I don't have it either. So this is Cage, Science of Annihilation. I think this is a brand new album, 2019, and I don't have this brand new Cage yet. I do like them. I have almost all their things, if not all of them, but I didn't have this one yet. This is Roar. Resurrected. Roar. Resurrected. Again, I feel a little dumb because I don't know this band at all, but I think this is straightforward heavy metal, new wave of traditional heavy metal, whatever you want to call it. So I'm looking forward to checking that out. I need to jam because there's a lot in this box. Here's a Roar sticker. That's kind of fun to say. Roar. Sorry, I didn't bust the bite. I didn't bust out the old handy knife, but there it is. All right, this is Starfighter Metal Hero. Alcatraz, Born Innocent. Another one I didn't have. I have all the old Alcatraz stuff, but I don't have this one. I believe this is a reunion album. Again, I haven't heard this one yet. Is this a 2020 release? Might be. I can't remember. You guys will know. Let me know. And then this is I'm gonna have to guess because I'm trying to read their band name here, and the logo is not exactly readable. Swarm? No. Sanctum. Yeah, Sanctum. That's what it is. Sanctum. Took me a second there to get that one out. Sanctum. Definitely a traditional heavy metal band. Cool stuff. Again, none of this stuff I had, so awesome. An autographed single from Azran. This is a 5-song EP. And then finally, this is Wolf Tooth. And this is one I did know about. He told me about this band. I checked them out on YouTube, and this is really good stuff. So looking forward to checking that CD out. All right, this is like a almost afraid to take it out of the packaging, but this is a banner or a flag, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what this is. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna hold off and see if I can figure out what it goes to because I'm afraid to take that out of the packaging because I won't be able to get back in. There's a lot of records in here. Didn't have this one. Really excited about it. Shadow Killer. This is Guardian of the Temple. This is definitely old school heavy metal by a newer band. A lot of people don't dig these newer bands doing old metal, but I think it's great that there's a younger generation who are picking up the ball, and doing traditional heavy metal and traditional thrash metal and those kind of things. So I definitely dig a lot of it, and it's funny. I did a YouTube video with a guy, Tanner Poppet, from the band Madrost. This band here, Madrost, and we were talking about, he's asked me about the past, asked me about Ultimatum and all those kind of things, and I was talking about how back then there was no internet when Ultimatum started, and so we did everything by tape trading and fanzines. That was a big deal. My band put out our own fanzine. Well, it's just kind of funny because he plays a very traditional style of metal. It's kind of a progressive thrash metal, definitely rooted in bands like Corner and Believer and stuff like that, but he at one point I had mentioned something about the tape trading, and I'm like, remember that? And he's like, dude, I was born in '91. And I was like, oh, yeah, I guess you wouldn't remember that then. So anyhow, it's just funny because they're, again, he's a younger dude, and his band is fantastic, and he's playing great, you know, heavy metal, and I'm glad that these younger fans are picking, or younger musicians are picking up the style and running with it. So there you go, Shadow Killer. That was a long segment. I shouldn't have done that, but because like I said, there's a lot in this box. All right, let's pull this out, and we're gonna get to it because there's a good 6 more records in here, and some pink foam. That's good stuff. Pink foam. A little bit of packing. All right. Shadow Killer, running out of space here. Alright, this one, I don't know. There's no band name on the cover. This is Total Surprise. Let's see if I can figure out. Tower, Tomorrow and Yesterday. There seems to be a trend, too, with some new bands putting out records without their name on the cover, which I don't get. It is on the back cover, but it's really hard to, you know, when you're promoting a band, when their name is not on the cover, and it's just a picture like this. Which is, I mean, it's a cool picture. It's got a, you know, high heel old leather boot on fire. I assume that this band has a female singer. It looks like there's a couple females in this band. I haven't heard them. Looking forward to it. But again, this is a newer band, so this is a 2019 release. There's the lyric insert. Let's check out the vinyl, see what it looks like. Since barely anything is black these days, I'm actually surprised that this one actually is black. Nice. Yeah, it seems to be the black vinyl is the rare vinyl these days. You can find all these crazy colors and splatters and marbles and all this kind of stuff, picture discs, but yeah, to actually find black vinyl these days, it seems to be getting harder and harder. Some releases aren't even getting put out on black vinyl. So anyhow, moving on. This is Tony Taste Live at the Isle of Wight. Didn't have this. This is on Polydor. Sweet. I do have some Taste. That just sounded funny to say. I do have some Taste records. I just didn't have this one, and he did ask me if I had it, and I of course told him no because I don't. So very cool. This is awesome, and so is the next one. Like this is Tommy Bowen Lives, and awesome to have. Dig Tommy Bowen. Of course, Tommy Bowen was in Deep Purple for a spell and did his solo thing before dying very young. He also played a little bit on the first Moxie record. So, anyhow, Tommy Bowen Lives. I'm not sure. I think this is like outtakes and stuff that wasn't on the actual albums, remixes, live songs. Yeah, that's exactly what this is. So very cool. Looking forward to checking this out. Next up, this is definitely one of the best of 2020. I've heard this all the way through. Did not own it yet. He actually asked me if I had it, and I said no, and I thought he was sending it to me on CD, but instead he sent it to me on vinyl. This is the brand new Primal Fear. This is Metal Commando. Primal Fear, one of those bands who have been around since the 90s. These guys were playing that, you know, style of straightforward metal, or power metal, whatever you want to call it, when heavy metal was considered uncool in the 90s, and you know, when you weren't allowed to play, you know, guitar solos, because guitar solos aren't cool. That's why, you know, you didn't hear any guitar solos on the Metallica albums that came out back then, like Saint Anger. But yeah, this album, this is metal through and through. Great stuff. Love it. Ralph Sheepers, of course, on vocals. I'm pretty sure that Matt Sinner still on bass and still one of the songwriters in the band. This is Boxer, absolutely. Now this one I don't think he told me about. I never had this one before. 70s hard and heavy from what I could tell. Looking forward to checking it out. So we've got Tim Bogart. Of course, I know who Tim Bogart is. Just never own this, so looking forward to checking out Boxer. Tim Bogart is on bass. You've got Adrian Fisher, Mike Pato, Ed Tudoro on drums, Chris Stanton on keyboards, and it looks like Mike is the vocalist and plays piano as well. So very cool. What's the label it's on? let's check it out, because I don't see the label on here. Oh, it's Epic. So, it's a major label release. Just one I've never owned. So there you go. And finally, the last one in this box. This is awesome. This band released a few live albums all around the same time this past year. This is BOC 45th Anniversary Live in London. So this was recorded just recently. I believe it was recorded in 2019. And it's a double live album. So we got, Trans, Manocon, MC, I Am the Lamb, But I Ain't No Sheep. Then came the Last Days of May, Stairway to the Stars, Before the Kiss, Recap, Screams, She's a Beautiful as a Foot, Cities on Flames, Rock and Roll, Workshop of the Telescopes, Redeemed, Bucks Boogie, Godzilla, Don't Fear the Reaper, Tattoos Vampire, and Hot Rails to Hell. And this is a gatefold. Yes, it is a gatefold. It's not open yet, so I'm going to hold off and wait and check that out later on when I have more time. And that's it for my the mail video, and I appreciate it. You check out Jim's channel, Jim Willis. He's Guilty Forgiven on YouTube, and I'll put a link below. And then, of course, the Metal War God, who I believe is War God 60 on YouTube. And again, I'll put a link to his channel as well. So appreciate you all watching. That's it. God bless. Stay strong.